Test. Excellent. Good evening, everybody. I'm Instructor Don for Rise and Awaken Martial Arts. Thank you for joining me. If you're just joining or will be joining at some point during the night, we are going to be going through the Tai Chi Chun, which is going to be the first portion. There are two parts of it. The first portion is about 2.5 minutes or so, and the second portion, which will be on another night, well, I'll show you a little bit later. So I'm going to go over this bit by bit. I will show you, turn myself around so then you can see everything. But we're going to have a good night. I'm going to turn the light down just a little bit so then people don't have as much glow on that. But so before we begin tonight, we're going to do a little bit of stretching. And hopefully everybody can hear me. I do have a mic on. If you have any questions, I do have a top chat that you can text me with, and I will go through any and all questions. We'll go for about 45 minutes tonight. So hopefully everybody is ready for this. So this is something that I'm going to be doing every now and then. For example, tonight's a little bit colder outside, so I don't want people outside and get sick. So first and foremost, we're going to do some deep breathing, and we are going to do a little bit of stretching, because where it is cold, we want our bodies to be nice and warmed up, and we do not want to pull anything. So, and also, rule of thumb for me is, if you are doing something, you should feel no strain on your body. If you start feeling that, please stop. I don't want you to hurt yourselves. This exercise, you should not hurt yourself. If you have any questions, just write them on the top chat, and I will answer them as soon as possible. I will take periodic breaks to see if anybody has anything to add to it. So here we go. So first and foremost, I have a couple of different ways of deep breathing. So the first one, it is, you're just kind of sitting Indian style on the floor. Now, I have seen this where people have been on the knees. I don't like doing that. If you have knee problems, that one is a lot harder to contain with. If you do not have knee problems and you feel comfortable doing that, please feel free to do that. However, I do not require you to do that. I like someone sitting Indian style on the floor, and with your back straight, head up, you're going to slightly close your eyes and bring your arms up, and they're about shoulder height. They should be out. They shouldn't be like this. They should be out. Arms are facing up. Elbows are slightly pointing towards that way. So to begin, we go in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Now, key with the deep breathing, and I'm just going to stand up here for a second, is you should be deep breathing through your lower abdomen. So when you breathe out, everything should also be coming too. Now, I want you to deep breathe one more time. I want you to hold this breath for about 30 seconds and let go. So I'm going to time it now. I will give you 30 seconds. And breathe out. You can open your eyes. And everybody stand up, shake it out. Okay. So the next one, I want you first and foremost to realize when I'm doing this, I am not slapping so that I make fingerprints on my. This should not hurt. And the way that you are doing it is like your windshield wiper. You're just slightly tapping, you're going up on your shoulder, coming back down. And then you do with the other arm. Shake it out. Now hold your hands in front. You're going to open them. 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll them around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I'm going to stretch your wrist. One of the things that people do not do is stretch their wrist. I've seen people stretch their wrist and are able to touch their fingers to their forearms. That takes a long time. So I just want you to take your fingers and go down to where you can feel the stretch. Take it up. Take your fingers, the other hand, go up. Now, I want you to put your right arm and hand on the back. I'm going to show you this. Your hand should be flat against your back. What you're going to do is you're going to take the left and you're going to go up. It's the ceiling, follow the left. And the left, I'm just showing you, should be flat, palm facing up. It should be facing towards the ceiling. Now you're going to come down. And when you come down, your left is going to go on top of the right. And then you're going to take your right, forward up. Same thing. Going to come down. This is a very good stretch for the shoulder. Right goes up above the left. You're going to follow the left up and down. And then one more time with the right. And down. Okay, check it out. Remember, if you have any questions, please feel free to type it out. I will get back to you because every now and then, every few minutes, like every about 10-15 minutes, I will stop. So, next thing I want you to do is I want you to put your left foot out. And you are gonna slight. Now, I'm just gonna show you here what I mean. You are gonna go above the knee. And not on the knee, not below it, above the knee, and you're just going to gently push back. It actually is a great stretch for your calves, and if you're really not stretched out, you will feel it in your heel. So you're gonna toes to toes pointed up, and you're gonna go slightly above the knee, slightly press down. Now to the right, same thing. Just keep it there for a couple of seconds, maybe about 5-10 seconds, because you're going to go to the right or left again, and then to the right. Now, same thing with the knee circles. You're going to press on your knees, and you're just going to go to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So, uh, to begin with the Tai Chi Chun, it is one of the first forms that I ever learned. And as I'm talking right now, you please feel free to ask questions. So as of right now, we're about to begin the form. This is one of the very first forms that I ever learned. It is a form that has a lot of principles that are in this, I find, in the Yang style as well. I teach two different styles. I teach the Tai Chi Chun and I teach the Tai Chi Yang style. Now, with this, I'm just going to show you the first movements here. This first movement is you're going to twist to the left and scoop and out. You're gonna slightly go back and put your weight on your left, come around and out. So it will look, once you smooth things out, it should look like this. And I just want to push this down just a little bit so then you can see what my right foot is doing here. So with this, it's coming out, and as the same time as your right foot is touching the ground, your right hand should be going out. So it's simultaneously hitting at the same time. So let's just work on that a little bit. So scoop and out, come back, up, and hit. Again, you're going to scoop and out, up, and hit. So do it one more time and I'll explain some of the application to this. Okay. So the application to this, I just want everybody to know that yes, Tai Chi is a self-defense. It is a martial art. There's certain ways people can use Tai Chi, and Tai Chi, for one, you can use for movement. It's kind of like a movement self-defense where I've had knee problems, and one of the very few things that has helped has been Tai Chi. So you can use it kinda as a self-defense for body aches, certain body aches. I'm not a doctor. Um, Everybody's different. For me, when my knee stiffened up, this was the only thing that really got it to uh, get going again. The other portion of the self-defense for Tai Chi is you can use it in combat. Now, I don't want you to go out and use this on anybody. It is my hope that all my students never have to use this in a real life self-defense. Um, and I will reiterate from time to time, while I'm teaching you martial arts and self-defense, you are never to use this to show off. You are never to use this to hurt anybody unless if you need it for a self-defense purpose. And so with this, I want you to realize a couple of things. With this, your shoulders are to be relaxed, but realize one thing with this first movement. Somebody was choking you. I mean, full blown, had their hands around your throat. And they were pressing down. Number one, choking you out this way, it's gonna if they're doing it this way, it will take a little bit of time to knock you unconscious. You're better off going around with the forearm and cutting your circulation off a little bit better that way. Once again, I don't want you to do that to anybody. I'm just telling you for application purposes. If somebody's doing this to you, this is going to be one of the very few times where putting your shoulders up like so and then moving out of the way can actually help you. Now, it's better if I show you in person. I'm just showing you application-wise where this goes. Well, the first movement is not like that. Just realize that when you're doing something like that, that can incorporate choke and defense. So, but that can also be a block, and that's an attack. If anybody knows the Yang style, that right there is the Tai Chi Chung's version of the single whip. It's a little bit different. They don't call it a single whip. I don't know what they call it, but it was never mentioned by name as single whip to me. So I'm just showing you. So once again, you come up to here, and then you go to here, here. Now, on the next movement, it is a kick. I don't want you to do that right now. I want you to work up towards the kick. So what you're going to do is I want you to stand in the horse, move your left foot, so then you can face the other way. And the way that you're going to do that is like this. Hands are still going to be up. You can move your left foot a little bit towards the back end here. And once you get to the back end and you're standing like this, you're going to scoop once more. You're going to hit. You're going to come around and hit. So let me show you what it's going to look like from the side here. I'm going to give you a couple of different angles here. So just bear with me. So the other, I'm going to show you this angle just so then you can get a better view of what you're going to be. I know I say sometimes I have people keep it up here and sometimes I want it down here. For the first time going through this, I want your hands up. So it's going to be hit, come up, around, hit, don't kick, hit, here, 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 and now we're back to here. So let's just work on the footwork a little bit here. So you're from here, and can we just down just a little bit more, because I want you to see what I'm doing. So with Tai Chi, it is, and with all martial arts, it is very important that the footwork is crisp. And it's also very important that the arms and legs are moving at the same time. So when you do this, you're coming out and you're coming up and around, simulating the kick, and then you're going like that. So on the other side, it's here. You're going to take a slight step back and turn. So this is called a horse position. This is called a heel climbing horse position. So you're going to go from a riding horse position or a horse position to a heel riding or a heel climbing horse position. So you're going to go boom, boom, boom. So let's do that with everything. So you're going to go to here, to here, and now let's add everything together. So it's here, here, now with this, it's very similar as in the beginning. Now you're going to come back, down, up, and out, come around, up, out, this locks, and I'm going to come right here. Don't do that turn just yet. I want to describe a few things with the turn. A few of you might know that already. Please feel free to continue on a little bit. But for those of you who are not used to that turn, let's practice until we get to that turn portion, all right? So let's do this one more time. And then if you have any questions, please feel free. This is after this next time. We're going to stop and we're going to go through some questions, okay? So from here, down, out, and then we're going to here, scoop, hit, down. And it's also very important through all short forms, long forms, and katas that you breathe during each form. Breathing is very important. So I'm going to stop right there. If anybody has any questions right now, please feel free. For any of you that this is, you've done this a little bit, that's good. It's a good refresher. However, some sorry about that. So, for anybody who has ever done this, might be a little bit uh, repetitive, but that's okay because I've always been taught, especially through the young, just when you think that you are about getting it right, you realize you are not even close. So you'll start doing the young style and be like, all right, I have this. And then all of a sudden, it doesn't feel right anymore. That's okay. That's the way it's supposed to be because you're always trying to get better when you practice. So, if anybody has any questions, I'm going to give you a few minutes to write them out. And also, if you prefer to text me those questions, you can. I'll answer them after the live stream. We have a few more minutes here. I will go through the rest of the form, and I will be posting more stuff on this YouTube page in short order. The goal is through the winter is to do more live streaming because let's face it, it's a little bit nicer inside during the winter months, and doing this in the snow just isn't as much fun as being nice and warm. So I'll give you exactly 30 more seconds in case if you have any questions. Okay, so let's continue this. So